is up, ladies? Oh, hello. Very, very small here. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Lex Alexis for this extremely peculiar live stream. I'm not actually here at Portman Road. I'm going to be streaming Ipswich versus Derby as a live watch-along. Oh my god, is Stream Elements actually working today? Stream Elements, come on. The bot's actually functioning today, so this is a good sign. Let's see what happens there. Blue Terrier, Jack, welcome both of you. Darraj, welcome as well. Right, definitely going to pin your comment, Blue Terrier, if I can actually get to my video. Alexis, I mean, I don't type my name on YouTube enough these days. Hang on a minute. 2 seconds. Whilst I do that, guys, tell me your predictions for this game in the comments down below. This will be for a little bit of fun because we're not doing a prediction league for League One. This will be hopefully a small thing that I can do just to pin a couple more eyes onto League One. It's very much life or death in terms of my office with Ipswich this season. I mean, I would say 95% of the people in my office support Ipswich Town. And I know for a fact a good number of them are within that 29,000 plus people at Portman Road today. God, look at it already. This is 15 minutes before kickoff. When it's 15 minutes before kickoff, you do see quite a few empty seats still, but bloody hell, this is like when people should be going in, and already it's looking mostly filled, which is really, really encouraging. Now, one thing I've seen is that Ipswich have actually averaged the most shots per game out of any team in the EFL. But that can lead to a problem if they are not consistent enough. And they're showing off Sky right now Ipswich's great attacking stats, but it was exposed against Lincoln where they really struggled, and Lincoln defensively have actually statistically been one of the worst. So I had a very off day when I turned up last week at Portman Road. Darraj is saying football. Seb, welcome to the stream. Hopefully Coventry and Chelsea both win tomorrow. I would like that too. I really would like that actually. Especially on the Chelsea front. Blue Terrier is saying 2-2. Jack is saying 3-1 to Ipswich. Darraj does not like Ipswich or Derby. I'm sure Derby for them, I mean, both teams actually have been in the championships a very, very long time. Both will be up there, I think, within the top three teams who have had the most seasons in terms of the new EFL championship. So they're going to be both teams that would want to be right up there in the championship next season. Blue Terrier's not happy with Mark Fotheringham now. 1 win in 5 games. Huddersfield rock bottom of the championship. I will start showing off. In fact, let's actually show off the championship since some people are still talking about it. There we go. Now it's working. So Huddersfield are 11th place, as you see here, with 3 wins picked up all season. Only 1 win, as I said, in Fotheringham's last 5. And yeah, he was manager of that 3-1 defeat as well. It's for Van at Coventry have had a good turnaround. 3 wins in 5, which has made things worse for Huddersfield. And despite West Brom and Middlesbrough being very inconsistent, they still chip in with the odd win. And Huddersfield, a lot of the time, they don't ever look like that they're going to win a game, unfortunately, for them there. And that really showed it to me against a team like Preston, who typically don't score many goals. And Huddersfield did lack some threat. Where's Warnock when we need him? I know, we're too busy on the happy hour by the sounds of things. Darraj saying that Coventry will stay up. Honestly, if they carry on like this, I said this like right from the beginning. If they're in the bottom 3 by the World Cup, I'd be worried. But if they're out of the bottom 3 by the World Cup starting, I think Coventry will be fine because I think they've got good momentum and they still have not had Callum O'Hare yet. I'm still waiting to see what impact he's going to bring and how good he will look with him trying to recover from his injury. We can't keep on winning 1-0. Yeah, I mean, I went for a 1-1 draw against Stoke. I think it will be a very similar sort of game, but Stoke are very peculiar. They're a very strange team to predict, as you know. So I'll go for a draw because I still think Coventry have found a way to actually make themselves very competitive now. Right, let's actually cover the game that we're supposed to cover, Ipswich and Derby. To report from Ipswich's part, because I went to the game, I can memorise their whole starting 11, and from what I looked from it, there it is. Right, yep, so they've made 2 changes, Ipswich, from their defeat against Lincoln. I'm a bit surprised. I thought McKenna would do a bit more than that. Walton stays. That same back 3 was used with Edmondson, Wolfenden and Donatian. Wolfenden, I gotta say, I've really been a big fan of him. Leif Davis and Wes Burns stay with Lee Evans and Sam Morsey as captain. The 2 changes are in the 2 attacking areas. Harness keeps his place, which I thought he was very wasteful, Harness, in that game against Lincoln there. But the 2 players who have been dropped, Ladapo and Chaplin, were barely even creating a threat. So understandably, they've both been replaced by Caden Jackson and Tyus John Jules, which actually I think both actually provided a positive spark of energy when they came on. And I think, if anything, I think McKenna brought them on a little bit late. With Derby, at this moment of time, they've got, okay, I don't know why Silver School's doing that, but Derby have got a great manager in League One, at least in Paul Warne. Their squad looks like they should got Wildsmith, Cashin. They were showing some stats about Cashin this season, actually, with a 7.23 rating. He's done very well. Curtis Davis and James Chester. So it looks like the defenders have picked up the best stats there. So clearly Derby's strength has been their back line. With Barkhazen and Mendes Lang, Corey Smith, Lewis Sibley, Max Bird, and you've got Lewis Dobbin and William Osula as their 2 attacking players here. So a squad that we're all familiar with. I think Dobbin and Osula are 2 ones that we're going to have to learn a little bit more as the game goes on. Ipswich bench, they've got Heldaki, they've got Keogh, Bull, Humphreys. Dominic Bull was brought on for a couple of minutes against Lincoln, but barely created anything. Carl Edwards was also brought on as well, but unfortunately didn't bring much of an impact either. With Derby, their bench, they've got Scott Loach, Craig Forsyth, Hayden Roberts, Richard Stearman, Connor Hurahan. Yeah, Connor Hurahan on the bench. Now that is very interesting. Liam Thompson and David McGoldrick. Yeah, I should have noticed. Yeah, so that midfield 3, Bird, Sibley and Smith. Good front 3, but not including Connor Hurahan, which I think is a very interesting move by Paul Warne there. Let's see what people are saying. Jack wants mid-table for Birmingham. That will be a brilliant season for them if they get that. No Gatsby, no party. He was here, but he's not here now. But I don't know. He may turn up later on. He's had a habit of doing that very, very recently. Sold for £5. Not a chance. He's way more than that. Just want to say I won Coventry versus Ipswich at St Andrews. It was 1-1. I went to Coventry versus Derby at CBS and we won 1-0. And Coventry Derby, there was a fight. So potentially a bit of rivalry there between Coventry and Derby there, and I think Ipswich is just in general, a lot of teams in the Championship just don't like Ipswich. Jade wants Derby to lose, maybe a Forest fan or even an Ipswich fan maybe, if you let me know who everyone supports in the comments down below. That Coventry Derby game where it kicked off made our allocation a bit less annoying. I definitely say Derby do have some fighters within their team, kind of physically, but also in a way that they play off the ball as well. I think it will be a really good game between these 2 teams. I don't know how many people are actually streaming this game as well. I need to actually browse the YouTube platform to see if many people are streaming this. Oh, Rotherham fan. Okay, now I understand why you want Derby to lose. Any context, Paul Warne, former Rotherham manager, but we all know that by now. So yeah, check this out as a combination. You only see it on Let's Alexis. A cup of tea followed by a beer. That's all you get in terms of my hydration today. Cardiff and Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, can we play you every week, says Darrod. Yeah, that's right. You got your 3 wins from those 3, really. I think Sheffield United especially was a good one. Right, they're showing when Ipswich won promotion in 2000 where they beat Barnsley in the playoff final 4-2. I remember actually was talking about that in my office yesterday, that Barnsley win there. And then obviously they had 2 seasons in the Premier League, Ipswich. That's right, Ipswich were a Premier League team. You may not they were a Premier League team when I was born. So, if not many of you knew that, it's no disgrace because I always feel old just sometimes talking to you guys anyway. But yeah, Ipswich were in the Premier League when I was born, and they lasted 2 seasons. They actually finished fifth in their debut season, so they were marginally close from getting European football, which would be, I mean, incredible in itself for Ipswich. Unfortunately, they did get relegated straight afterwards. I'm always thinking of doing, like, I do those historical videos. I feel like I want to do one for Ipswich at one point. Right, so they're showing the last time Paul Warne played against Ipswich, which was obviously when he was still Rotherham manager, where they snuck a 1-0 win, Rotherham, against this Ipswich team. So this was McKenna's first couple of games as Ipswich manager. Obviously, kind of different positions in the table. Let's actually show you what the League One table is looking at, because I've shown you the teams, but not the table. So guys, Ipswich are currently second place, but following this really poor form here, that one defeat there. I wasn't actually there when they lost to Plymouth there, but to show you, Ipswich are actually 6th place with their home form here. I was there with their 2-2 draw to Barnsley. So, yeah, I was there for that game. I've recorded some bits, but I've not released it to the public yet. And then, obviously, their last home game here, I was there at Lincoln. For the reason I missed those 3 home games was because there was train strikes. So, oh, and there was a midweek one as well. But, yeah, those 2 games were the last 2 games I saw Ipswich play. That draw, followed by a defeat, was enough for my my job or my management team just to say, you are categorically banned. And what's even worse is that they've got a really poor history, Ipswich, when playing on TV. From everyone I've asked about how Ipswich play when they're live on TV, every single person has said they play 10 times worse. So they cannot afford any bad luck chance to potentially ruin this, because at one point, Ipswich did have a 4-point gap from Sheffield Wednesday, but because they lost to Lincoln and Sheffield Wednesday managed to win their game last weekend against Cambridge, they've now closed the gap by 1 point, and Ipswich will definitely want to stay in cruise control. I mean, Plymouth right now are on absolute fire, having that long winning streak there. They've only lost 2 games this season. One of them was a 5-0 defeat to Charlton at the start of the season, but since then they've come leaps and bounds, quite literally, and I do think there will be a favourite. But Ipswich definitely have the tools to deliver on that. They were showing about their attacking stats being right up there in terms of the whole EFL. But one thing that they have not been relatively good with is converting those chances. Derby, I think, will be a very difficult team to play up against. Their form's been all right. You've got 3 wins in their last 4. It looks like the players are starting to, I just looked at the time. There's only 3 minutes to kick off. Wow. Okay, so let's try and go for a light target just before kickoff. There's only 6 of you here, but that's absolutely fine. We're on 10 likes at the moment, guys. Thank you so much. Could we try and get to 15 likes before kickoff? That would be absolutely amazing if we can get to 15 likes. So, guys, please smash that like button if you've not done so. It does really help the growth of this channel. In terms of subs, we're on 1,512. If you've not hit that subscribe button, guys, please also do that too. That also helps the growth of this channel too. Right, I'm going to start putting these on. My God, that's a full packed out crowd here. So they're getting cameras from everywhere in the stadium there. So they're recording from the Magnus Group Stadium at this moment of time. There's Sam Morsey leading the team up front with Christian Walton following behind. And yeah, that's from the Cobble stand. So I actually know the placements of all the stand names now. I've only had to be to Ipswich a couple of times for me to remember all the placements of the stand. I've been to every stand in Ipswich apart from... It's blanking me right now. So I've been to the Magnus. I've been to the Cobalt stand. That's where I was when I saw them play Lincoln. Magnus Group was when they played Colchester. Bobby Robson was when they played Barnsley, and that was by far my favourite one so far to watch. And I'm blanking on the final stadium, which is quite embarrassing. But been to 3 out of the 4 stands, and ultimately they've not delivered much success when I've been there. So I will sit from home, and I've promised my company that I won't turn up. But I have told them if Ipswich don't get a good result, I want an apology. And my manager's actually agreed on that as well. So It should be very interesting regardless. Chris Wilder to Huddersfield says Blue Terrier. I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest, mate. Who needs Matson, Ostergaard, Jake Clark-Sword, Terwing, and Panzo, Doyle, and McFadden? Well, I remember that you were critical of your defence at one point, but now with clean sheets, with their change of goalkeeper, they're now looking quite more organised. Can't wait to get a full St Andrews there. Who do you think out of the newly promoted teams to League One will stay up this year? It's strange for me to say, but I think, well, Sunderland certainly will stay up. I actually think Rotherham can stay up, you know. I feel like long term, I do think there could be some problems with the inexperience of Matt Taylor as a Championship manager. But I think their squad is actually their best squad in a Championship season that I've seen, like, in all my years watching Championship. Wigan, I think, is the one that could get relegated for me, but I still don't think they're really in I think at this moment of time, I think the three newly promoted League One teams are not really in danger at the moment. We've hit 15 likes. Thank you guys so much. We've already hit half of our target. So guys, continue to show that support. It really does help the growth of this channel. Lair Kwon, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Daz, welcome to the stream. If you're a new viewer, everyone do give Daz a warm welcome. Right, I need to get the timer ready because it's nearly kickoff actually. And I will cover the teams in a second whilst I get the timer sorted, just in case any of you weren't there when I previewed the teams. Very big game. It's second going up against 9th place in the championship, not the Championship, League One, but both teams would wish that they were in the Championship. So Derby are playing their away kit in purple, so didn't expect that, but they've just kicked off, and it's Derby who start off with, oh, is it? Oh, that's right. I remember my words saying this. They were actually playing, Ipswich are playing in their third kit, their black kit, which is quite similar to the whole kit from last year. They are a big fan of it, and honestly, I'm a big fan of it as well. I think it's a really, really nice kit. And today, actually, Ed Sheeran has confirmed that he will spend another year being a sponsor for Ipswich. So, positive news all round. That actually leads me to a story where I actually missed out watching Ed Sheeran live in Ipswich. That could be a story that I'll reveal in a minute. But there was a free kick situation for Derby, headed away. Sibley picking up the ball in the edge of the box. Sure, always a bit of a deflection here. They want a handball, but it won't be given. And panic stations a little bit for Ipswich in the beginning part of the game. Derby starting quite well there. Ipswich kind of, I got to say, Donacien did well to defend that, but looking quite shaky so far. I've not been relatively calm seeing them so far. So guys, just in case any of you weren't here at the start of the stream, I'll go through where they are on the table. So both their second and Derby, if they draw, they will go up to 8th place, but they started this evening in 9th place. The teams look like this. So Ipswich made 2 changes from their defeat against Lincoln, which I expected to be more, to be honest. So Sibley does well get, yeah, okay. If they wanted a handball for Jackson, but that wasn't a handball. I actually think it came off Iron Cashin's hand first. So, Christian Walton and goal, Donacien, Wolverton, Edmondson, that's the same back 4 there. You've got Wes Burns, Lee Evans, Sam Morsey and Leif Davis, that's the same as well. The 2 changes are Tyson John Jules and Caden Jackson being introduced into the squad, replacing Chaplin and Ladapo. Cross comes in, oh, again, danger signs for Ipswich right now. Max Bird, Sibley, oh, it's defended away by Edmondson. Now, Caden Jackson trying on the counter-attack, but it's poor Curtis Davis boots it away. Not a great start from Ipswich here. So, Derby's team, you've got Wildsmith, Cashin, and Davis, Chester, Mendes-Lang, Smith, Sibley, Bird, Barkhazen, Dobbin, and Osula. Those are our 2 teams today. Do you think Coventry City fans should be heading into the Stoke game with confidence? I think some confidence, yeah. I definitely think it's Coventry should feel a bit more encouraged now based on what they've seen. Charlie, absolute legend you are. Thank you so much. That donation really does mean a lot. Here's Barkhusen with a cross, and it's a poor cross. It's a goal kick. It's been all Derby for me at this moment of time. In a long time, I'm actually confident heading to a cup game. Well, that's good. You know, that's what you want from any supporter. I'm never confident when I go to a game because fun fact for you here, I've never been to a live game where the team have supported has won. I've been to, I mean, it's been mostly draws rather than defeats. But all of the live games I've been to in football, I've not seen a single team that I wanted to win. Here's Evans, who's honestly like the biggest myth for me. When I see Evans live, or Wes Burns, sorry, he's almost like average, but somehow here he's now looking like the Wes Burns that everyone's been saying all season, and he's offside. Jade has asked what football team I support. So I support Chelsea for the Premier League. My dad and my uncle all support Chelsea, so I naturally follow into their footsteps in that part. But I'm also a local lad in Essex, so I look at how the Essex teams do. Colchester being one team, because they're the fact for you here. They're the only Essex team in the EFL since Southend got relegated 2 seasons ago into the National League. And my very local team is Chelmsford, where if you saw the FA Cup draw stream I did on the Monday, you would have saw my reaction to them drawing against Barnet, which wasn't a happy one. I feel most of the reaction on Twitter was actually very positive from Chelsea fans. I'm like, bloody hell. I mean, they're just happy they're in the first round. I'm like, just look at what we could have had, you know. So, you know, Needham Market got Burton, Colville got Charlton, and Bracknell Town got Ipswich. And speaking of Ipswich, okay, John Jules with the cross. It's defended away by Curtis Davis. And Ipswich have got a corner. Finally, Ipswich looking a little bit dangerous. So it goes to Burns, then Donasian playing quite up front, actually. And it's a gorgeous delivery, actually, by Evans, actually. We're so close from rewarding me. Are you talking about monetization or something? Because I need to actually double check where that is at the moment. But it is getting much closer now. So thank you guys so much for helping there. Leif Davis with the corner. It's taken short. Evans. Oh my God, that was a really good chance. Oh, that was an incredible delivery by Evans there. Where was this when I was at the stadium? Okay, so corner's taken short. And Leif Davis passes it to Evans. First time delivery was incredible. Unfortunately, Wes Burns is not quite quick enough to get a header, but it was a very good delivery in itself that Wildsmith had to make himself big and chested away. Corner comes in, it's headed away. Morsey keeps the ball alive. Headed away. And yeah, there's Mendes Lang. Forgot he played for Derby, actually. Oh, here come Derby now on the counter-attack. There's Dobbin, who I want to see a bit more of because I've not seen a lot of him. And he wins a free kick. Looks quite a lively player, to be honest. What's everyone saying? We could have nicked here last minute against Burnley. That would have been amazing. And honestly, that would have been amazing to get a win against Burnley, who've only lost 1 game this season. Marsh is a motivational speaker, not a tactician. But that makes me think that he would be a really good assistant manager rather than an actual first-team coach. Right. Free kick is going to be taken. I think that's Corey Smith stepping over it, who's got a very good set-piece delivery. Although he's... Oh, what was that, Barkhazen? They were trying to be a bit clever with that free kick there. They overcomplicated that, although they still won the ball. Sibley getting past Leif Davis very well. And Leif Davis wins it back. He slips over. And it's good play by that back line for Ipswich. Held back and a free kick awarded to Ipswich there. Charlie wants a Rhino or Sean Dyche. Well, Leeds at this moment of time, they're winless in 8, I believe. And they really are falling. To quote Alicia Keys, they're falling. And they don't really look like that they're going to recover anytime soon. I mean, they lost out to Leicester. And Leicester at this point, for the fact that they've won so little this year, if you lose to Leicester, then you know your team's got a load of problems, despite them having a good squad on paper. Bit similar to like the West Brom and Middlesbrough situation, really, with a good squad, but really poor results. Ipswich, I've noticed, I've played with a big amount of intensity. Cross comes in, but no one's in the box to receive the cross. That's a shame. They got a drum. Yeah, they do have a drum. It's in the what's it? It's the Bobby Charlton stand. They've got the drummer. So yeah, to be there, Colchester have one as well. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's something about the East Anglia or Essex region that have got drums. I gotta say, a lot of the times, one thing I'll actually praise about drums, it does actually keep the, it actually, makes noise for like the deadened silence. Oh, okay, that's some really good play. Oh, good defending by Cashin. Caden Jackson managing to wither his way through into the penalty box. Ipswich having a poor start, but actually now they've started to recover a little bit. They win the ball back very well in the midfield. That midfield of Morsey and Evans have done really well so far. Morsey does well to find Jackson, but it's easy defending by James Chester. Corner comes in. Header. Oh! That's going to be a goal kick. That's a really poor miss. I think that's John Jules with a header. Just, what was that technique? He doesn't even direct it anywhere near the goal. Right, so the corner comes in. It's a delightful delivery. So, I mean, John Jules wants a penalty because someone raised his arm. It's still a corner. It didn't look like a corner to me. Oh, this could be a chance. Oh, gosh, again. Derby just about recover. I mean, what a difference this has turned out to be at the start. I was saying alarm bells for Ipswich, but now it's alarm bells for Derby. Just ball pinballing. Right, they've managed to recover it. Derby trying to play on the counter-attack. That might be a yellow card, and already a yellow card for Morsey. Right. I can see how Derby are playing on the counter-attack. It's very much what Lincoln tried to do as well. I'd say Derby have done a much better job at doing it than what Lincoln have done so far. But you can see there, just from that moment there, Morsey had to take Dobbin down in the halfway line. And he got booked for it. And one other foul like that, then Morsey could be off. And he misses the game against Port Vale. So he picked up enough yellow cards to substitute, to have a ban. Excuse me. Wow. Matt, good to see you, man. He has said Ipswich 0, Rams 1. You know what? I think it'll actually be a decent result. I mean, I've not actually predicted this game. You've actually given me a thought. I'm going to go for an 2-1 win Ipswich, I think it's going to be 2-1. And the reason is, well, I mean, for one, I'm not at the stadium. So that gives them automatically a better chance. The only reason why I'm not so sure about that prediction is, at this moment of time, Ipswich, at the start of this game especially, have looked very shaky. But they have grown into it, to be fair, and have looked a lot more like the Ipswich that we are used to seeing. But my concern for Ipswich, which I saw for the full 90 minutes when they lost out to Lincoln, is they could have over 30 chances and still not look like scoring. Now, to be fair, I felt like, that's a brilliant ball. Jackson, can he get there? Oh, I think that's good defending in the end. They want a free kick Ipswich, but it won't be given. That is some heroic defending there. Nearly the final ball. And in fact, they tried to do a similar ball just like that against Lincoln, but Chaplin was offside. Jackson times as well pretty well, actually stays onside. But I'm just trying to see who it was. It was Morsey with the pass. Oh, that is some heroic defending there. It won't show me who it was, but it was some really, really good defending. I think it was Mendes Lang, actually, who got that tackle there. Jackson! Oh! I think it was offside anyway. 20th light, thank you, Matt. I do appreciate that, by the way. Charlie and Blue Terrier just talking about their manager rows at the moment. Oh, yeah, he's way offside. Easy offside there. How's your Essex inspiration? Not well at all, to be honest. I'm not going to go down that route there. Jake, welcome to the stream. Good to see all of you here. Right. Based on what I've seen in the first 12 minutes, competitive. I can see how both teams are trying to play. Ipswich very much sticking to their principles, which you've got to respect Kieran McKenna for being as bold as he was. And I did expect him to make more changes, to be fair. Only the 2 changes at this moment of time. Derby with a small chance, but Walton comes out with his goal very, very well. I've got to say, Christian Walton is gutsy as a goalkeeper. I've seen him live a couple of times now. He would literally have players man-to-man marking him just in front of his goal. You know, like the way that Mendy conceded the goal against Leeds. I've forgotten who it was who tackled him. But, this could be a chance. Oh, again, this game's got a good intensity to it now. I've got to say, at the start, I wasn't too sure, but this game is definitely heating up now. John Jules does very well to ride the tackle there. Oh, he's gone down. He wants a penalty. Not given by the referee. I tell you what, anytime a player falls down, whether it's in the penalty box or outside the penalty box, they shout a penalty. The crowd will not be happy with that. They really do moan at refereeing decisions. Matt's already having some fighting talk for Blue Terrier. I mean, right now, I've got to say, I don't think it's a pen. Alright, I think this is going to be a better angle. It's a very 50-50 one. So, I mean, obviously, the supporters for Ipswich will want a penalty, but understandably, I think it would have been very soft if it would have been given there. Jade is laughing at the moment there. When you quote Alicia Keys, you got to sing it. I'm not going to sing Alicia Keys at the moment. I mean, maybe if I finish this, I might. You never know. Honestly, at this moment of time, I'm being impressed with Coventry. If we're going to change the subject and we're going to mention Coventry, 3 wins in the last 5. They're doing well. Clean sheet after clean sheet. Defensively, they've looked like they've really solved their issue as well. O'Hare on his way back as well. Played a couple of minutes in the youth team quite recently, I believe. So he's nearly there, O'Hare. And I tell you what, with him mixing with the likes of Hamer, you've got Gyökeres, Waghorn, hopefully when he after he scored his goal against Sheffield United, he can start scoring more consistently as well. Oh, there's some good play by Derby. Sibley. Oh, but good defending by Wolfenden, but he's passed it straight to Barkhuizen, goes for the shot. Burns blocks it. And there's Harness, actually. Nearly blanked on his name there. Harness was very frustrating when I watched him play against Lincoln, missing chances from like 2 yards out. But he's been more of a defensive option at this moment of time. That's Dobbin now on the ball, who's one of the Derby players who I don't know a lot about, so I will be keeping my eye on him. Barkhuizen tries to find the attacker there, but he can't quite find it there. Derby now having a very small spell of the ball here. Where's Leif Davis there? You've got to close down Barkhuizen. Come on, there you go. Although here's this cross coming in. That's an ambitious cross. Leif Davis completely misses it. He's up against Mendes Lang here. And here they go. Corey Smith now. I tell you what, it's like you've seen a lot of players thinking, oh yeah, I forgot he played for Derby. It's a very championship recognisable team. You know, you would see a lot of these players experienced in the championship, but they're all playing in a League One level. Barkhuizen again, but it's blocked off this time by Evans. Harness tries to find John Jules, but he doesn't. Oh, that's a good ball by Bird, but it's too much power. And it's a goal kick. Chelmsford are great for Huddersfield. Well, let's see who goes furthest in the FA Cup. Chelmsford need to go through 2 rounds to potentially overtake Huddersfield there. I am honestly praying that Chelmsford go to at least round 2. I mean, I'm still to this day disappointed that they got Barnet. I mean, I was literally listing teams as the draw was going on that I didn't want to face against. I mean, I was talking about we've gone from the days where we lost to Great Harrow, and when we lost to Harrow, they got Portsmouth in the first round. You know, you may remember that from last year, and it was, I think they lost 1-0 in the end as well, so it was a really, really close game. It was at Fratton Park as well. And to think that could have been Chelmsford as well was gut-wrenching. We actually make it to the FA Cup round 1 proper, and we get Barnet, a team where we played in the round 4 qualifying round, I think it was 2018, and we drew 0-0 at Melbourne, but we lost 3-0 at their place. But it's something I am considering going, because Barnet to Chelmsford is not very far. I believe Barnet's in London. I mean, I'm not a geography whiz, but I think it's based in London, so travelling shouldn't be an issue there. But where I've got confidence in Chelmsford, I don't know. They seem to be playing a bit better this season. You know, which is strange for me to say. Normally with Chelmsford, you don't really see a gradual improvement. You normally see a steady decline. But this season has been a little bit different from that. So I'm hoping on their part, we can just at least see them play against a League One team, whether that's home or away. I'd be flattered. You know, let's say they got Coventry in the 3rd round and we can welcome Coventry and Matt to Chelmsford. You know, I would be absolutely honoured to do that. Good work smashing 1.5k, 2k soon. I don't know how soon, but I really hope it's soon. And I'm going to still say it, guys. I've made a promise that if I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to go beardless. That's right. So I'll be shaving my beard if we get to 2,000 subscribers. You will be going back to the days where it was Babyface Alex from when we began YouTube all the way back in 2019. Alex, Charlie says that they need a new left back there. Blue Terrace saying his local team is better than Huddersfield. Maybe that's a little bit harsh, but you never know. Right, I'm waffling a little bit. This game's kind of gone a little bit quiet now. It's gone in the middle of the park. Ipswich playing a lot of the ball, which they had over 77% of the possession against Lincoln, and they still lost. It feels very Brighton-esque, where you have the amount of chances they had. I mean, Matt, you did a watch-along on Brighton and Forest, you know, with them having a lot of the ball and creating so many chances, but just not scoring them. You know, it'll punish them. And, you know, for Brighton, you know, they've got a real risk of dropping a little bit further down the table now. You know, at one stage they were looking almost safe to be in around this top 6 position. Matt is nearly at 22k. I know. Honestly, Matt, you're smashing it right now. I honestly think you've been, in terms of market growth, the best performing championship creator. And that's just not me being biased. It's a fact. Are you City fan or a leaver? He says, Jake told me about you to like and subscribe, and I thought and subscribe to Matt SB, and I'm an Ipswich fan. You're an Ipswich fan? Well, thank you for telling me that, because I work in Ipswich. I spend more time in Ipswich than I do in Chelmsford these days. So I'm amazed to hear that. How are you at the stadium now? How many games have you been? And are you potentially the bad luck curse? Because I'm not going to this game. I really wanted to go to this game, but my team actually refused. They've already heard for the fact I've been to 4 games, 2 draws, 2 defeats, and they thought, nah, that's enough. You're not going to any more games until Ipswich start improving. And to be fair, at this moment, it could either be either one of them. Oh, that's some good play by Harness there, skipping past Cashin. Oh my God, Harness, that's very frustrating. Literally, just had to place it to Jackson, who is in so much space, but too much power by Harness, and it's easily collected by Joe Wildsmith. That was a big chance there, squandered by the lack of quality of the pass from Marcus Harness there. Do a Tom Huddleston only cut your hair when you hit 2k? I'm probably not going to do a Huddleston, but I am going to definitely shave my beard. I mean, I was hoping to potentially get to 2k before November, and it'll be a good excuse for November, but I don't think it's going to realistically happen. But if I do hit it in November, it would actually be a really good time to do it. Matt and myself should do a mukbang at Karen's Diner. I was expecting to see Binley's Mega Chippy, to be honest. I mean, I don't know whether I'll make the travel. I don't know. I'll think about it. Where is that Derby player? Shinny, says Darraj. He is no longer a Derby player, I believe. I swear he joined Wigan. So I'll have to check on that. But I say that, I've not really seen Shinny play for Wigan, if that's been the case there. But yeah, of course, Shinny did join from Aberdeen, I think originally it was. And then he joined Wigan. Oh, that's a brilliant tackle by Donasian. Brilliant tackle there against Dobbin. And he beats him in the 1v1-2. Brilliant defending there. And I was a bit critical of Donasian in the last game against Lincoln. I thought he really struggled. James Chester conceding a foul in the middle of the park there. And he receives a yellow card too. So that's 1 yellow card each. Sam Morsey picking up the first one for Ipswich. And James Chester picking up the first one for Derby. You've been to every game but can't go today because you're watching the Rugby World Cup. Oh, is it actually played at the CBS? I mean, if that's the case, have Coventry just not learned? It's really going... I mean, I hope it's not at the CBS, because at this point, their stadium's really been put through enough, to be honest. I'm loving the comment section, by the way. You guys are keeping me really entertained. In terms of the attack right now, Wes Burns with Marcus Harness now. Come on, you can cross it here. No. Oh, there we go. Now he's crossed it. Not a terrible cross. It's well defended by Curtis Davis, who I honestly think is a really good defender, actually. Statistically, was actually one of the best ones in terms of headers and clearances. Oh, another good delivery by Evans, but it's headed away this time. Wasps are going bust, says Daraj there. Yeah, I did hear about that. And honestly, it kind of came as a surprise. I mean, I guess if you invest in seeing the Wasps or seeing the ownership that runs the Ross, maybe some of you saw this coming. But for one that's just seen the Wasps and commentary from the outside, it did kind of shock me, really, that very suddenly they can just go bust just like that. I'm sure Matt has already commented about them, but I'm almost certain he's already made a comment about that. Right, we're 23 minutes in. Let's review what the table looks like at this moment for time. So, we are currently second place at this moment for time. And I've got to say, I am loving their shirt as well. So, Ipswich are playing in their third kit as their shirt today. So, despite my thumbnail putting them in their blue kit, I did actually know they were playing in their third kit. I don't know why I didn't change it, because my office were talking about it. Ed Sheeran has also signed 1 extra year for shirt sponsorship, which is really good news for Ipswich Town. And yes, I've mentioned this already, but I missed out watching Ed Sheeran live very recently, and I need to eventually explain that story. Maybe at half time I'll talk about it. But yeah, Ipswich currently second on 31 points, but that's dangerous because if Sheffield Wednesday win their game in this weekend, they can overtake Ipswich. For Derby, a point currently puts them in 8th place, but a win for them puts them in the top 6 momentarily, just 1 point ahead of Barnsley. In fact, no, 2 points ahead. I can't do maths right now. And they would actually be 1 point clear of Peterborough as well. I mean, look how close this is. You've got Shrewsbury there, and then 1 point separates 4th place Peterborough. That is really how close this whole table's been. It's been so competitive this year. Let's look at stats. We've got 58% to 42% net. Only 2 shots to 1 there. So 3 shots we've seen so far in this game. I'm guessing they're counting that set piece as 1 shot there and 1 shot off target from Ipswich there. That was the John Jules chance. But other than that, it's been very tame. And Derby having a block shot as well. Yeah, it must have been really tame as well, because I almost can't remember it as well. Yeah, outside the box and then shots inside the box there. So I definitely say Ipswich are not having difficulty getting into the right areas. I just think their final ball, like that harness moment I just talked about, is just a classic example of what is holding this Ipswich team back at the moment there. Curry House. Oh, we're going to a curry house now. Okay, then. I tell you what, you've got a very good taste. We'll get it sorted. I think Coventry could get 2 wins and a draw as in their next 3 games. I need to actually see Coventry's run-in, to be honest with you. And tell you what, the games are not slowing down anytime soon. So after this weekend, we've got basically a week to recover from all of that there. And then it's another midweek game. And then, of course, we've got another weekend as well. And then that after that. So if I can do the maths, if I'm going to include this weekend, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 5 game weeks before the World Cup starts. And it'll make sense because it's pretty much 4 weeks before the World Cup starts. And that is also including the 1 midweek game. So yeah, we're scarily close to World Cup. In fact, it's something I could start talking about, actually. And one thing I do got to do is do a sweepstake, because I was really popular with you guys last year. In terms of content for the World Cup, it's going to be very limited because I will be studying at that time. So I will be trying really hard to maybe do the odd stream, maybe the odd watch-along for a World Cup game. But I need to prioritise studying because I've got an exam that in a very similar time when the World Cup starts, actually. So it will be interesting, but as this moment of time, I've still got plenty of time, and I can still do these videos, these prediction leagues, and all of that. So yeah, I'm just about coping at the moment, being very much a one-man band at the moment, which, yeah, is never really helpful, but you've got to do what you've got to do. Right, Lee Grant is their clean sheet. Not clean sheet. I was going to say their clean sheet coach. Their goalkeeping coach there. I mean, clean sheet's what they would really, really like, but yeah, they didn't quite get one against Lincoln there. I didn't even speak about the goal. It was one of the worst goals I've seen Ipswich concede all season. It was pathetic in a way. A corner goes in, they try and head it clear. They think it goes out of play, but it's one back. And then I think it was House actually who got the goal and just unmarked, simple header from 2 yards out. It was just as easy as that. Right, I've missed out on comments a little bit. Let's try and catch up. And it's what I asked was fish and chips with NHD or curry house with Matt. Oh, I didn't see that comment. I mean, I've got to say, I think I prefer curry house, to be honest. Doesn't even matter who I'm having the dinner with. I've always preferred curry house to a fish and chips, to be honest. In fact, I had fish tonight, to be honest. So maybe if you asked me another day, I probably would say fish and chips. But for today, not for me. Now, Mendes Lang actually having a good bit of a run there. Bird with a brilliant pass. Dobbin and Wolverton struggling a little bit. And then there's Mendes Lang against Leif Davis, and Leif Davis struggling a little bit here. I've got to say, Leif Davis has been kept busy, and I think he's definitely struggled the most I've seen him so far this season. Now, this is Derby's first corner of the game, actually, and we're in the 29th minute in this game at the moment. Robin will put up a fight against Coventry against... Oh! I tell you what, Walton was really struggling to get any contact with that, to be honest. And, yeah, Walton wants a foul, but it's not been given, so I think he's up against Dobbin there, but I think Walton's got to be stronger than that, to be honest. He wants a shirt pull, but he didn't even touch his shirt, to be honest. He just basically, Dobbin really did well to restrict Walton's movement. He's got to be stronger there. You're in a physical league like League One, you've got to really get some gains, go to the gym, and really try and roughhouse all of these people that are going to try and stop you claiming corners. Keeping the bromance going, I know, it never ends. When am I going to do a video again, by the way? I mean, I've not thought about it, of course, but whenever you feel like you want to do one, do let me know. Oh, that's a gorgeous ball. I've got to say, Dobbins had a couple of good moments in that game there, but that was a delightful ball. I don't know if that was that Corey Smith who did that ball there? No, it wasn't. It was Max Bird. Max Bird, I've got to say, he has still delivered to what I've remembered him from the Championship, which is whipping a wonderful ball into the box. You can tell he's had a lot of practice, and it's really paying off at the moment. I think that's definitely how Derby have been the most threatening, in terms of their kind of direct style of play. It's a real contrast of styles, I can see. Darryl Rogers saying Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Yeah, indeed. And I hope we do beat Manchester United tomorrow, by the way. Lex SB. Oh, I love it already. You know what? Just a second channel for one of our channels. I don't know. I personally, I think that's a good idea. Honestly. Counter Dragon better than Lee Nichols. That's saying a lot. It really is saying a lot there. Are you streaming tomorrow? Because I can sort my plans out. Right. I will be doing a 3 PM Watchalong, although, if I'm right, I think, Matt, you're streaming Stoke and Coventry. So, we'll both be offering Championship content in our own way tomorrow. I will be reviewing basically a live reaction as all of the goals go in from the Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2. Matt will cover his fan view of Coventry playing up against Stoke City, which... I need to hear your prediction, actually, Matt, for that game. I've gone for 1-1, I say. George Burley's there. 22 viewers, let's get 40 likes. I tell you what, we could really start breaking some serious records. I mean, some of the records are going to be tough to beat, but recent records, let's say, of this month, we'll definitely break those. We're on 28 likes in the moment. Guys, we can definitely go for 30 likes in the next 2 minutes. So, guys... if you've not hit that like button, please smash that like button. It really does help the growth of this channel. Now for subscribers, just to tell you how close you are for you guys to see me shave my beard. We're on 1,514. So to do the quick maths, we are 486 subscribers away from me to shave my beard clean off. And that could be for the foreseeable future as well, because honestly, my family actually hate my beard. I'm surprised they've tolerated me having a beard for so long. But yeah, me shaving it will be music for their ears. And honestly, I feel like I need to go do something different stylistically. So, all right, guys. I think it was Blue Terrier who wanted Gatsby. He's appeared. Gatsby's arrived. Hello, big boy. Come on, man. Make your entrance nice and grand. Come on. What are you doing? There you go. Look at you. What a tart. Alright, now you're making noise as well. Okay. I didn't think you'd be this chatty. Come on. Come on, come here so people can actually see you. Come on. What are you doing? This way, you dollop. What are you doing? You look like you were being so friendly and now you want to run away from everyone. Right, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. Basically quoting Eddie Hernan. There you go. There he is. Making another appearance. I've got to say, you've been appearing for most of my streams in the past 2-3 months. And that is actually a wet paw print on my bed. Oh my gosh. Well, that's going to be a problem I'm going to have to deal with after the stream. Matt, was me. You went 2-0 2-0 Coventry. O'Hare's been injured. Be nice, says Matt there. That's the wrong Gatsby, says Charlie. It's not the wrong Gatsby. He's by far the real one. Yes, you are. He's even talking now. Coniston, welcome to the stream. I have seen you. I've not been ignoring you. There's just been so many people here, I've got to say, in terms of an actual stream. And guys, thank you so much for the subscribers, by the way. We just gained 2 very quickly there. Continue, guys, to smash that subscribe button if you're not done so. Could we get 1,525 today? 1517. It's ticking up. So, guys, keep going because 2,000 subscribers, this beard will go. I mean, I'm not going to do a video of me shaving my beard. That would just be weird. But it means in the foreseeable, excuse me, that's the fun bit, you'll just see me with a clean shaved face. And it'll be reminiscent to the people that have seen me in the olden days in 2019 where there was no pandemic and we had no Prime Minister getting resigned within 45 days. Life was good back then. Meanwhile, this game, once again, there's been no other shots to talk about. There has literally only been 3 shots in this entire game, which I did expect. I think it would have been a really tight contest. But you've got to say, with how Ipswich have been attacking-wise, you've got to praise Derby for how much they've made Ipswich struggle to get some authority within this game at the moment, especially with their home form. I'd say with their home form, they definitely really do attack their game really, really well. Derby trying to go on the counter-attack, but Wolfenden sniffs them out well. Leif Davis now. This chance has been linked with. You know what? Maybe she's waiting for Dean Smith to be sacked. I mean, with 3 defeats in a row for Norwich, could losing to Sheffield United tomorrow be one step too far? She's probably got one destination in mind. Jamie, welcome to the stream. Good to see all of you here. We've made it to 30 likes. Thank you so much there. Lucy has said Gatsby's carrying the stream. I mean, Gatsby is always carrying the stream. I mean, look at him. Can't resist him sometimes. I can see Villa winning the Spanish League, says Coniston there. Beekeeper Jack says Sky Blue Army. I'm loving the newer names that I've seen in the stream. If anyone's new, let me know. And everyone, do make sure you welcome everyone who is new on Let's Let's. We are a warm, loving community. That's some great skill by West Burns against Barcase there. But disappointing cross in the end, and it's easy defending by James Chester. Right, Donasian. That's a good cross. Header. Oh, that was a dangerous header, and it's going to be a corner for Ipswich. Finally, Ipswich having another good opportunity there. So I think it was Leif Davis with a header. That was a great ball by Burns. And yeah, Leif Davis with a header. It doesn't really go anywhere. And Barkhusen kicks it out for a corner. Do I cheer for Ipswich? Well, I kind of have to at this moment when I'm working for pretty much 90% of my managers and employees are all Ipswich supporters. I mean, for today, I can just kind of talk about how I want to about Ipswich. But when I'm in the, in the ground and I don't cheer for Ipswich, it feels quite awkward, to be honest. Because they are, I've got to be honest, and they are, and this will be me giving praise, they are a real passionate bunch of people. They're very, very passionate. I say most of them are. Some of them, they just go in for a bit of a joke, which I guess is natural. Some people go into the game just to have a good, weekend day out, really. But some take it very seriously, especially when I was in the Bobby Charlton stand, or Bobby Robson, stand against Barnsley, it was. it was, the atmosphere was really, really tense, honestly. But I really want to be to an Ipswich atmosphere where they're actually doing well, where they're winning. And honestly, when Ipswich were ahead against Barnsley twice before they, conceded twice after that, the atmosphere was amazing, really. Full of spirit. The chants of E-I-E-I-O, up the Football League we go. Heard that a lot in the stadium. Unfortunately, it was very quiet when they played Lincoln. Very quiet, even. This is a tricky one. Ben Bloom or Ben HD. Man, how could you do this to me? Why do you have to make me choose between two greats in the Championship YouTube scene? They're both legends in their own right. Oh, what? How can I do that? That's so... I can't. And I've got to say, both have taken creative bounds this year. Ben's taken a new... Ben HD, just so I know, the corner came in for Derby, looked quite dangerous, but it was offside. Anyway, Ben HD, just so you know what I'm talking about, has taken a creative loop in terms of predictions, new prediction style. Likewise with me, I've taken a new approach to my predictions as well. And I've got to say, his video today, actually, his knockout bracket of the not the Golden Boot, it was the Player of the Year winners. That was a real creative video, actually. But Ben Bloom, though, has been getting opportunity after opportunity to go to so many games, and his work rate, I've got to say, is exceptional. I can't pick at this moment of time. It'd be absolutely bad, and it'll jeopardize my chances with working with any one of them ever again. I've been privileged enough to do videos with both of them. Both videos are on my channel as well. But yeah, I can't say, honestly, I'm a Patreon of Ben HD, but Benjamin Bloom, I've donated quite a lot to him as well. So they're both just as good. I can't pick one, honestly. It's such a harsh comment that, Matt SB or myself, well, that's for the viewers to decide, really. I'll leave them having a debate on that one. Right, good free kick area for Ipswich there. Now, this is where I think they could regret not having Chaplin in the squad. Because right from that position, I saw Chaplin score a free kick in that area against Barnsley, against the former club, of course. So, I think last time Evans took the free kick, and it was very disappointing. They did have a good free kick position there, but it was straight at Lincoln's goalkeeper there. So many comments there. Honestly, if I don't read any of your comments, it's not me ignoring you. It's just because there's so many of you here. And I've got to say thank you guys for making this stream tick along. I've been really enjoying, actually, watching this game, and I'm not in a cold, I wouldn't say wet Portman Road. I don't think it's raining there, but it can get very cold at Portman Road. It was freezing when they played against Lincoln. And against Colchester, which was the late game, which will be a very similar time to this, it was very cold. Free kick was by Evans, and it was poor. As I said, didn't even beat the wall. Well, that's a good recovery, though. Harness, good defending by Curtis Davis, getting the foot in the way. Can Harness chase? Oh, no, he can't quite get enough speed. Need to change the light goal. Do I really need to change the light goal? How have we done? We are on 32. Guys, thank you so much. So we've reached the light goal already. Thank you guys so much. Right. I don't normally change the light goal, to be honest. I think it's a good achievement. Let's go for 40. We'll do it by increments of 10. So guys, 40 likes is the next target. If you've not smashed that like button, please smash that like button. It does help more people to see what I do around here. It does increase my chances of growing as a content creator. And please, if you've not hit that subscribe button either, please smash the subscribe button too. 1,518. I nearly said 5,000 now, I wish. So 1,518. I think a good target for tonight will be 1,525. So guys, if you've not hit the subscribe button yet, please also do that too. All of that really does help the growth of this channel. Coniston has said me because he doesn't have Gatsby. Oh, so Gatsby, I gotta thank you for making me win that. Oh, Derby trying to... Oh, that was a good opportunity by Derby there, Sibley. But well tackled there. Derby still with the ball. anytime I take a small break or a swig of a drink, the opposition seem to get, all of a sudden get an energy boost and they start having a chance. Right, there was some comments and chants on Steven Gerrard, which I think were quite harsh on his part there. But I do think the decision to eventually terminate his contract was right. But yeah, it's a shame really, because I do think he's got a really talented team. But it did seem that he just kind of lost way with them there. You know, I think the decision of the captaincy situation with Mings and McGinn, I think was one of the biggest like public, you know, fallings out there. And naturally, if the team's not with the manager, they're not going to play for them, unfortunately, there. A lot of people doing memes and quotes of Liz Truss and Gerrard there, and I'm all for all those memes, to be honest. I really am liking it. Right, that's some good defending there. 43 minutes in, 2 minutes in just before half-time. They put some good displays. They lost to Lincoln. Yeah, I mean, just in that game against Lincoln, they had those chances, especially in the second half. First half, they were awful. They barely created, and Lincoln looked more likely to score 2 or 3 goals, to be honest. Burns against Barkusen, and he just about keeps it in. Burns again, blocked this time. Oh, good defending. Oh, I tell you what, I think Barkusen's struggling a bit here. Harness now robs the ball off him. Evans to Burns, and it's taken away. Corey Smith this time with the block. And now it's back to Morsey. The noise level's definitely going up a bit higher now, seeing that Ipswich are having this small attack. And great defending by Curtis Davis to win the ball back there and win a free kick. Matt SB collab with Boris soon, says Charlie there. I didn't actually read that comment from Matt. So I said Mark Robbins for Prime Minister. That would be quite interesting there. Thank you, all of you guys, for leaving some great support there. Joe might go back to Rangers. Well, there has been some pressure on Giovanni Broncos at the moment. But yeah, it's very much, I feel like Joe is just going to be waiting for a good opportunity. They're 3 minutes of added time, but to be honest, I'm surprised there's 3 minutes, to be honest. I don't know how they got that from. There's barely been any stoppages. Excuse me. So Ipswich currently on the ball. I feel like if they go to 0-0 half-time, it just feels they'll be in a better position than what they were against Lincoln and not be 1-0 down at half-time. But in the second half, I definitely want Ipswich to continue looking confident going forward. But they definitely need to be a bit more smarter with their final end product. You know, while Smith has barely been called to action and Walton could have had a holiday, Derby especially have not turned up at this moment. What's happened here? What are they doing? I don't know what was going on there. Something was going on with the referee and the players. God, yeah, there's the same chance going on when the goalkeeper takes the goal kick as well. Oh, this could be a small breakaway there. Good defending. And good recovery from Ipswich. Right, Burns to Harness. It's a good ball by Evans there. Touch by Morsey wasn't great. That's a throw-in for Ipswich. Can they quickly get this attack in just before half-time? This could be quite crucial. And throw-in to Ipswich just at the edge of their box. This could be a good chance for them to get something there. Burns to Evans now. Shot, deflection, way over. Doesn't look like it's going to be a corner. I thought it was a deflection by the way that I saw it. There's Kieran McKenna, who's just cutting as a very calm figure. And that's something that I've actually asked about in my office about what they think of Kieran McKenna, because obviously they're used to the likes of McCarthy, Lambert, Paul Hurst, these managers where they've been a bit disappointed and just expecting disappointment. But they've liked Kieran McKenna for what I've heard. They've liked his calm manner and how quick he makes decisions. So they've definitely got the fan base at least. I've got McKenna on their side without a shadow of a doubt. It's just now the only downside of him being very inexperienced as a first team manager. This could be a turn. No, Curtis Davis clears it away. 3 minutes of the added time are up. Looks like referee's going to play on to finish this attack. Leif Davis against Curtis Davis. Cross goes in. And corner for Ipswich. Right, this is going to be the final attack before half time. Definitely think Curtis Davis has done a really good job defensively tonight, which is what I would expect from him, to be honest, cutting a very experienced head at that back line. Davis with the corner. Headed. Oh. And yeah, that's half time. Just like that. Very little chances to talk about. No saves for me to talk about either. But it has been a really intriguing contest, it's fair to say. So at half-time at Portman Road, it is Ipswich 0, Derby County 0. Let's actually stop the timer, please. Coniston, thank you for the donation, by the way. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you guys so much. Are you asking me to run for MP? No, I'm not a politics guy. I wouldn't really want to run for that, to be honest. Is that a question, Charlie, about who my local MP is? I mean, if it's a question, then it's Vicky Forge. She's our local MP. I remember, was it Malden? I think it may be Malden. They had was it Priti Patel? I don't know if it was Malden, but there was some place in Essex who had Priti Patel for some certain time as well, which made things quite interesting there. Wish I could meet all of you, my favourite YouTuber. Oh, thank you so much, Jake. I do appreciate that. So half time, 0-0. Let's try and digest everything. It shouldn't be too hard because not much happened in that game, to be honest. And I do remember I've got to tell you about the story about Ed Sheeran. So Ipswich currently, they'll be second and Derby 8th. Very little change. You know, the only change is Derby moving up one place. Derby with a win, they will be up to 4th place? No, maybe not quite 4th. No, they will be 4th place. What am I saying? Because they'll be on 23 points. Ipswich with a win would put them on 33 points and they'll be 1 point behind Plymouth, but they would have played a game more. Two teams in the higher part of that table. Let's see some stats. So, okay. So, there's been 8 shots now for Ipswich. 2 for Derby, but 0 on target. And that's a very damning stat there. 4 shots off target in the end. I mean, we're seeing some headers being wide from corners. We're seeing some shots from outside the box go high and over for Ipswich as well. 8 corners to 2, 2 offsides there, 5 shots inside the box to 1, and 1 shot inside the box to their 3 there. Passing wise, Ipswich done a bit more. I mean, yeah, 60-40. That looks about right, to be honest. I didn't expect Ipswich to get a lot of the ball, and they've already now started to get a lot more chances. You know, in 20 odd minute, there was only 3 shots, but obviously Ipswich tried to get, you know, an opening goal just before half time, but clearly not having enough quality chances, not even mustering a shot on goal, which is quite worrying for me because that means it could be a really boring full-time game. Well, yeah, but I I'm not into the politics side of it, so. And plus, I don't think I live in Chelmsford enough, to be honest, now, to have that role either. Right, so before I actually forget, I need to tell you guys the Ed Sheeran story. I don't know if I have. I might have told the story within my 3 p.m. watch-along, but I don't recall many of you being there and telling me about it. So I'll share it. So since this is an Ipswich game, I'll give you an Ipswich story. And there's not been many stories at this moment. I've only been working in Ipswich for 3 months now, but there's already been a story which I will remember for quite a while at least. I may forget it at some stage and let go, but this is quite a moment. So I'm sure I've told some of you, but don't think this many people. So there was a Friday about 2-3 weeks ago. I do a job for my manager, and in the rare time I'm actually delayed of getting it set by the deadline. So me being a really good employee in quotation marks, I call my manager to let her know that I'm not going to get this job done. Please push it ahead to Monday where I'll get it done first thing on that day. So just an act of communication, exactly what you need to build a really good team around you. Had about 4 or 5 other people in the office on that day. So it was a very quiet day, and it's a Friday, what do you expect? But as I was on the phone to my manager, 3 of my close work colleagues ran out the office. Now, sometimes we get food in within the office. Someone, if they had a birthday, they would get like sweets, chocolates and stuff like that. And I thought in the back of my mind that the 3 of them left the office very quickly because I thought someone had treats and they didn't ask for me to have anything in return. So I was just stranded in a lonely office talking to my manager, which we talked for about 15 minutes, going through some things. Ended the call, and then for a good half hour, I was completely alone in the office. I was thinking, right, this is a long time for people to be getting food and stuff like that. So it felt very suspicious. Then I find that they all returned back just before I was about to leave as well, because this was late in the day. And it turns out they were running out of the office because Ed Sheeran was performing half a mile away from my office. He was performing in the town centre where there was I think it was just under 1,000 people there. But he was performing something for BBC Suffolk, I think. And yeah, they ran from the office very quickly. And they didn't tell me what was going on. They just left me to talk to my manager. And when I found out that they returned and they saw Ed Sheeran, I was like, what? I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Because had I not been talking to my manager, I would have seen a free Ed Sheeran concert. He played 3 songs apparently, hence why they were out for quite some time, and half a mile as well. We would have got right in the front of the queue as well. So this was the time I missed out on a free Ed Sheeran concert, and I was gutted. I told my manager actually. I said, I told you that I thought they were running away for food. They were actually running to see Ed Sheeran. And she actually was so upset because she's a big fan of Ed Sheeran as well. So, yeah, it was a loss for both of us. But for me, especially, because I was half a mile away from his concert and I was just there innocently talking to my manager on the phone. So, yeah. The only optimist part for me is thinking, right, he's an Ipswich local. He'll perform again someday. But you never know. That was a big opportunity that I missed, especially that now I'll be working from home a lot more and I'll be trying to go to Ipswich a little bit less. I'm not going to get an opportunity like this again to get a free Ed Sheeran concert. Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, that's that story. It might have bored you a couple of guys, but it was a very annoying event that's happened there, and that's my first real big story from Ipswich. Anyway, let's talk about the people here. John, welcome to the stream. Good to see how the pairs and clubs are doing. Wow. Jack BCSC says push him out the way. Winning the FA Cup means nothing anymore, says Charlie there. Oh, they're talking about Arsenal, aren't they? Look, at this moment, Arsenal have done really well. They've got, I could do the maths there, they've picked up 90% of the possible points they could have picked up. We just got to wait to see how they cope to the turn of the year. If Arsenal can keep up that same momentum at the turn of the year, they've got a chance. If they start getting injuries like to Partey or Xhaka and they start dropping more points, then it would feel like the same Arsenal again. But a lot of people cannot accept that Arsenal have actually started better than most seasons recently. So I do accept that, and I do think Arsenal have deserved it. The way they've performed, but now it'll be interesting to see them when they play Chelsea, because that's going to be in the next 3 weeks, I think, if I could do the maths right. So, yeah, that game would be very big for me. If Chelsea lose to Arsenal, then it says a lot about Chelsea that they can't compete with the top level this season. But it also says a lot about Arsenal to see if they can compete with the best and still get good results. They barely got past Leeds, but yeah, but so what? They're still getting results. They're winning ugly. It's something that Chelsea have been doing. You know, there's been plenty of games in our title-winning season Chelsea have not deserved to win, but they still find a way to win. You know, when we won the title against West Brom with that 1-0 away win with Batshuayi getting that last-minute goal, it's moments like that that if you are clutch in getting those chances, then it doesn't matter if you play well or not. It's all about results in the end of it. They won because of VAR. Oh, don't bring VAR into it. VAR benefits both teams out at some point of the season. It's unfair to say VAR's benefited one team more than the other, because most teams this season have benefited through VAR. Chelsea have had it. Arsenal have definitely had it. City would have had it. Spurs had it. There's been many teams this season who have benefited from VAR. So it's nothing to do with VAR as a whole. You know, if VAR was only giving good decisions for one club and the other 19 were getting bad ones, that is when I'll be having suspicions. But it's just, once again, it's a very it's like an element of chance into it. You know, you're either going to get to the good side or the bad side of the referee or VAR. And unfortunately, you know, that sort of factor is out of our control. People are trying to enhance control over it, but that still to this day is one of the factors that not many people can control, despite having a very expensive project like VAR, unfortunately. I'm still here enjoying the entertainment and chat and the stream. Yeah, honestly, I'm loving it, actually. I've really enjoyed this stream. In fact, every minute of it, I've got to say, Matt making an appearance and you guys donating too, it's been amazing. Right, let's actually go back to capture, and what I normally do is that I give my manager's view. So they're creating chances, but one thing I would definitely do, I would sub Sam Morsey off, because I think the worst thing that Ipswich can get themselves is down to 10 men, and for how physical Derby have been, it would have surprised me if Morsey could do one challenge too many. So what I would do is get Morsey off. And I would potentially, now the trouble is, who would play in his position there? Maybe slightly tweak the formation and put Chaplin right up there, and maybe turn it to a midfield 3 instead. Or if anything, get Jackson maybe off there, and they could try and get some more backup there with either putting Humphreys or even putting Dominic Ball in a slightly more advanced position there. I think Ball will make an appearance. Edwards, I think, will make an appearance, and I'm almost certain Connor Chaplin will make an appearance at some point. So that is what I'll do for Ipswich there. I think Jackson will go off at some point. Morsey, I think, should go off, and who else? Maybe Keogh could go on for Donasian or Edmondson. So I've only noticed no Vincent Young's on the bench. Has Vincent Young picked up an injury, maybe? Because he made a couple of minutes appearances against Ipswich, against Lincoln, sorry. For Derby, what would I do here? So, Osula has barely been in the game for me. He would be my first pick to go off and put a David McGoldrick on. Conor Hurahan, I think, needs to go on at some point as well. I would replace him for... Now, the thing is, their midfield three's done quite well. I'd say maybe like a 70th minute substitution, Sibley off and Hurahan on for me. And then in terms of anyone else, I would say maybe Forsyth or Stearman for defensive experience. But other than that, I think Derby don't need to consider changing all that much. And same with Ipswich. I think at this moment of time, I think just one team needs to have the full technical package in terms of delivering the final ball, and I think that's been a big problem for both of these teams in this game. Score says Kerfer, so it's currently 0-0 at the moment with this game. You've got like a CVS logo there, I've just noticed that, that's cool. So yeah, 0-0 at half time, And in terms of shots, Ipswich have had 8, Derby have had 2. To be fair, refs and VAR are shocking sometimes. Yeah, it's just the rate of having good decisions from referee is just way too low and poor. So I do think a lot needs to be changed. And it was something we discussed actually in office again, because we were speaking about the World Cup referees. And I think a lot of people can agree that universally, I actually think the referees in the World Cup or the Euros were actually the better referees we've seen. Maybe that's just, seeing foreign referees and, us not seeing an English referee. But it does strike a big difference. And for me, I definitely would welcome more foreign referees to step into the Premier League. I don't think we have to be Brexit in our way and just keep it as a purely English thing. Our managers, have been all foreign in that. And I remember actually like right round in the 2000s, remember that Arsenal team where Arsenal broke the record of having the first Premier League starting 11 that was contained no English players or Scottish or Welsh. It took all the way to 2004, I think it was, 2005. It was one of those years, for that to be achieved. So it's clear that it's just sometimes things are resistant to change, but especially when things are being quite trendy as well. But we've got to definitely be a bit more inclusive in that. Next manager to be sat in the Championship. That's a good question, actually. Could be any of them at this point. Watford, that's not a bad prediction there. Huddersfield may have another one, to be honest. I don't know. I was going to say Hull, but I don't remember. They've still actually not appointed the manager yet. I think Steve Morrison, if he doesn't improve results, it was a bad 3-0 defeat against QPR, he'll be in trouble. Right, second half's literally just about to start. Oh my gosh, they're starting this very quickly now. And I was just trying to see if they made any substitutes. I don't think they have, but Ipswich are going to start the second half this time. I really want to see an attacking improvement from both teams, to be honest, because that's the only thing that's let me down. No shots on target from either team. Right, Caden Jackson has kicked the ball. It is now officially the second half, and let's hope for some goals. I'm still going 2-1 Ipswich. If not, maybe 1-0 Ipswich. I don't know. Huddersfield needs to stop gambling and go for a proven manager. I think it's just clear when they've gambled before, it has worked with Corberan, but if you take too many gambles, then eventually you're going to get punished. Here's Leif Davis, Jackson, Morsey, who's in an onside position. Cross, header, oh, just wide. It's gone for a throw-in, actually. Harness tries to win the header. That's some good play by Ipswich already. So, Jackson, Leif Davis, but yeah, poor touch by Max Baird. Ooh, that would have been a tie. That might have been a poor decision by the linesman there. I think Morsey could have been in an offside position there. Hope we don't. We really, we did with Monk. No, Gary Rowett was when that happened, Jack. We should fully ban betting sponsors. I agree, but the problem is it doesn't seem like a law is being tackled on it at the moment. And advertisements need to go too, to be honest. Although betting's a real big part of the Ipswich office as well. A lot of people do bet, to be honest. It's not even just on football. Horse racing is a big betting platform for within my office, and especially boxing, actually. Boxing, I think, is the biggest one. That's some brilliant play. Oh, good defending again by Derby. This is better from Ipswich there. They've been a bit more creative. They're slicing Derby apart. They just literally need one final pass to go right, and the team just one player just to be brave and just pull the trigger and take a shot. Yeah, Gary Rowett. Yeah, that was it. Right, so now they attack on the right-hand side. Burns with the ball, and Jackson doesn't quite get there. It's going to be a throw into Derby. That was a gorgeous delivery, but yeah, unfortunately, just Jackson's not quite quick enough to get the ball there. Should wear this back on, to be honest. Thanks for the 12 view here. I've got to say, we've averaged a really good number of viewers today. We're still on 32 likes, so guys, if you've not smashed that like button, please do so. It really does help the growth of this channel. We're 8 subscribers, 8 likes away from 40 likes. So please smash that like button if you've not done so. In terms of subscribers, we have actually gained a sub recently. We're on 1,519. Thank you guys so much for the terrific support. I've really appreciated it. We're 6 subscribers away from 1,525. So guys, if you've not hit that subscribe button, please do so. It really would be an incredible achievement. If we get to 2,000 subscribers, I will shave my beard. So that will be a promise to you guys. So guys, if you want to see me beardless, 2,000 subscribers is all you need. 481 subs to that destination as well. So it could happen. You never know. Morsey with an interesting ball. But Barkhausen does well. Against Wes Burns. And yeah, free kicks given for Derby there. My God, I've got such an itchy nose. That's another area I need to shave, to be honest. Or it could be my mustache, to be honest. I think I would have thought having that for like 3 years, I'll be used to it by now, but clearly not. Right, is that Edmund? No, it's not Edmondson, it's Evans who's down. Something's happened there. That's not a good sign, especially for the way that Ipswich are kind of wanting to play as much acceleration as possible. It's definitely a bad injury by Evans there. Might have to go off here. What happened here? Was he trying to run back? Right, okay, so it was just a little bit of a crossfire of the foul between Burns and Barkhausen. I don't think it was a lot, but yeah, clearly it didn't do his leg any good. Free kick went to nothing though, although that could be an opening there. No, it's good defending by Edmondson. Davis robbed again. There's Dobbin with a bit of space. Good defending by Donasian. Now, that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like Derby have been provided with more space. And that's the problem here. I think defensively, I don't think Ipswich are as strong as they are going forward. And Derby are very strong defensively. And if they've got a decent attack, then they are going to cause Ipswich some problems. They've got a throw in now. Does Gatsby like lasagna? I've not tried, but I tell you what he does like. He really likes yogurt. What I might do? Should I give him yogurt today? You know, I have a feeling he'll be in my 3 PM stream tomorrow. If I remember, I'll get a yogurt and then I'll show you guys how much he likes it. Free kick awarded to Ipswich there. Counter attack, which was Harness being held back there. Basically, if you open a yogurt, he wakes up and he would literally try and nick the whole thing off. What kind of yogurt? The strange part is, I have not found a yogurt he doesn't like. Vanilla, strawberry, raspberry, toffee, banana. I'm trying to think of any other types of yogurt I've had. Any yogurt I have, he likes. Any type of yogurt. I've not seen him dislike any yogurt. So, if you've got yogurt, don't expect it to last all that long. Corey Smith has just been butchered with that yellow card, by the way, for stopping that counter-attack. Go get a yogurt. I'm not going to get one today, I don't think. I'll get one next stream, I think, if he's here. And I think he will. I think Gatsby is making a lot more appearances in the stream, honestly. I don't know. Maybe if I finish this, I might think about it. Evans, good defending by Bird. Edmondson wins it back. Harness, shot, well blocked. Well, yeah, it was Cashin with the block. Brilliant defending on his part there. But finally, Ipswich actually having a bit of space. And it wasn't even like a really powerful shot. Ipswich need to find the space and have time and get a power in their strike. And they will get some opportunities. And another free kick conceded, this time by Curtis Davis. 40 likes and I get a yogurt? Alright, but I won't eat it. I'm not hungry at the moment. Yeah, so that was Edmondson there. And yeah, Harness just getting a small connection on the ball, but it's well blocked by Cashin. Yeah, I've heard about the guy who's thinking about Darren Nunes. I mean, just I just think it's just part of the funny side of the media. It could be cringe, but I don't know. You know, the media's got its goodies and baddies in one way or another. That's some good play. Morsey. Oh, Morsey, what are you doing? There was Jackson there in free of space. Oh, my goodness me. That's an interesting ball by Sibley. Donasian and Walton boots it away. Do you think Huddersfield stand a chance of getting Neil Critchley? I think if Huddersfield do sack Fotheringham, they should try and get him. I think they should, to be honest. What was I going to say? But yeah, I was, you know, when I heard Gerrard being sacked, the first thing I thought immediately was Neil Critchley. What's he going to do? Because there's no doubt in my mind for what I've seen, he's a very talented manager, but he's definitely left Blackpool out to dry a little bit there. These headphones are making my head itch. 53 minutes in, still 0-0. There's Wes Burns now for Ipswich. Oh, again, just too much power in the through ball. John Jules this time not being able to get enough speed to get it. And yeah, there's a Derby player down, and there the chorus of boos. Anytime a player goes down that's not from Ipswich, there's boos in the stadium. It's Corey Smith who goes down this time. There was a collision between him and Evans. Oh no, that's a poor challenge by Evans there. I mean, they'll say that he's time wasting, but it's literally studs onto his shin. So yeah, it's not a great tackle there by Evans at all. We don't need to get a yogurt today. This poor guy is fast asleep right now. So let's just leave him at peace, is all I'll say. Yeah, that's more than just a little bit on Corey Smith. I don't know who the commentator is, but that's more than a little bit. That's full studs on shin. Well, this will definitely signal a bit of stoppage time. More than 3 minutes, I would say. It does look like Corey Smith can play on, though. So maybe he was milking the time there just a tiny bit. But I would be a bit disappointed if Derby are playing for a point this early on, considering the standards that they've got. You know, they got rid of their manager, Rosina, very early on within the season, within a season of transition. Got a manager like Paul Warner, and then you've got to be going for any game, not just, you know, like a game against top of the league. Got the ball. Well, yeah, got the ball, but then a lot of shin after that. Right. Ipswich managing to get the ball back, although he heads it straight to Mendes Lang there. Mendes Lang then passing it back to James Chester. Cash into Chester there. Harland in Chelmsford, you couldn't miss it. Charlie there. Oh, Walton goes out of goal, but poor touch by Dobbin there. Had he had a better touch there, then Ipswich would have been in trouble. That's a really good pass by Barkhausen, I've got to be honest. He's been a little bit hit or miss tonight, but one thing that Barkhausen has delivered has been his deliveries, and he's been really good with those. Walton the goal kick. Throw in for Ipswich. Looks like McGoldrick is about to go on, and I almost thought he's an Ipswich player, wasn't he? He used to play for Ipswich. Oh my god, this could be very tense. I'll be very interested to see what kind of reception he gets. I only just thought about it because he was in that strike partnership that got Ipswich to the playoffs under Mick McCarthy. Now then, there's Dobbin who passes. Oh, well, I mean, it was a crap pass, but Barkhausen recovers it. Harness is definitely working very, very hard, but unfortunately, it's not been enough to create many chances. Oh, they've got to be careful there, Edmondson. And Edmondson has booted it away. John Jules has barely made any impact in the second half. He'd be the first one I'd take off, to be honest. And probably Morsey as well. Davis wants a throw in, but it's been awarded to Ipswich. Wasn't too sure about that, but they'll take it, Ipswich, at this moment. I never get when you throw it behind if you're chasing a game, to be honest. Is Donasian on the ball. Back to their back line there. Good to see Wolfenden. He was, for me, Ipswich's best player when they lost out to Colchester. I remember his performance very vividly, and he was really good. Oh, that's really good by Corey Smith there. Cross comes in by Mendes Lang, and it just doesn't find anyone. Dobbin can't anticipate it. He's up against Donasian. Oh, Gatsby's gone. Gatsby's just jumped off the bed and it's caused an earthquake. It looks like there'll be no yogurt for him today because he wants to leave. Unfortunately, it happens. Oh my gosh, is he able to open the door by himself? Right, no, he needs help. Okay, be right back. Oh no, he's done it. He's done it. Bloody hell, clever boy. He's managed to open the door by himself. I thought I was going to have to help him there, but no, he opened it all by himself. Yeah, but I said Will Usler's had a poor game. He's had the fewest touches out of any player tonight. Did I say Usler off and McGoldrick on? That was probably the first substitution suggestion I made for Derby. Big brain play. Oh no, it's Dobbin. The other one. 1 million IQ moment there by Gatsby. I know. He's a bit of a dollop, but he actually managed to use his brute strength to open a door. Fair play. Alex. Shouting Alex. Welcome to the stream. Oh. Mainz are 5-0 up versus Cologne. That's a great scoreline for Mainz. I always remember Mainz from Jimmy Conrad's pronunciation of Mainz. If you know, you know. Derby now with the cross. Can McGoldrick get anything? No, he's kind of wanting something out of that. A bit of shirt pulling going on there by Edmondson there. He's got to be quite careful. Yeah, I've got to be very careful, Edmondson. If he continues to shirt pull McGoldrick like that, there'll only be one result, and that will be a penalty. Right, here's Wolfenden. Yeah, he left because he didn't get a yogurt. Yeah, that sounds about right. If he had one, then yeah, he probably would have stayed a bit longer, to be honest. Is Burns and Cashin. Cashin, I gotta say, I saw Cashin for a couple of games, with the final couple of games with Wayne Rooney in charge. But Cashin has made such an improvement. Not even just in terms of his defensive play, but his composure. Just the speed of his passes. I've been really impressed with him today. Because I remembered seeing one goal. I can't remember which team it was, but he scored a banging goal for Derby. First senior goal. And since then, he's been a first team starter for Derby's back line and has done a terrific job. This is an Ipswich side that have averaged the most shots per game out of any team in the whole EFL. And Ipswich have barely threatened today. And that is credit where credit's due to their back line. Charlie, I've got to be honest, I didn't even know Notts County are playing tonight, if that's the case. In fact, I've not got my mobile phone, so I can't actually check. I'm going to have to go on SofaScore to find out there. By the way, guys, we have just hit 1,520 subs. Thank you guys so much for the terrific support today. 1,525 is the target. We're already 5 away from getting that. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button, please do so. It does really help the growth of this channel. But I've got to say thank you guys, as always, for your terrific support. For this game, I mean, at this point, the longer the game goes on, it feels like it's either going to be a 0-0 draw or 1-0 Derby. Just for some reason, I just don't see Ipswich scoring. So if they don't get a good result, I'm going to expect my team on Monday to give me an apology, because I did want to go to this game and I instead decided to work from home. And Keenan Jackson, what a pathetic shot. It was high and over the goal, just being very wasteful. So 60 to 40% possession, 9 shots to 3, 0 on target from both teams again. 9 shots to 2, 10 fouls to 8. So it's been very scrappy there. Hurahan's going on. So I said McGoldrick and Hurahan need to go on. That's exactly what Paul Warne is doing. Now, I think I did say Hurahan on for Sibley. I don't know if he's going to be subbing replacing Sibley, to be honest. I'll check Nations League, or that's Nations League South, actually, my mistake here. Just to remind you that Chelmsford are currently 4th place, with 2 games in hand over Dartford as well. So don't pretend that Dartford are now better than Chelmsford. They've got 2 games in hand there. Pretty much the top 3 easily are Ebbsfleet, Havant, Waterlooville, and actually Chelmsford, which is a surprise. We're playing against Hemel Hempstead, I believe, tomorrow. There's Taunton, who got a decent... Taunton... Oh, who did they beat? Taunton beat someone in their replay. Yeovil, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they beat Yeovil in their replay. So they've actually got a first round tie. And there's Farnborough, who also got into a tie as well. Yep, there they are. Chelmsford against Hemel Hempstead, so I'm not wrong. I'm just going to quickly see if I can get to the Nations League rather than the Nations League South at the moment. Could you call it England Amateur? That's just disrespectful. You just got me. You got me intrigued now, Charlie, to see if Notts County are playing, because they are currently top of their league. Here they are. Oh yeah, big win at the moment. 3-0 up. They find themselves against Maidstone. Oh, okay. Wes Burns into the box, deflection, and it's comfortably taken by Wildsmith, who's going to be hugging the ball like it's a newborn child. Yeah, but yeah, that win currently for Notts County puts them 4 points clear of Wrexham. So good result for them at the moment. And Maidstone in the bottom 5. In the bottom 5? There's going to be 5 teams going down. Why is it 5 teams? Can someone clarify why 5 teams are going down? I don't know if that's a mistake from Sofa's score. Oh my God, careful. That's what happens when you don't play out from the back very well. Chelmsford are greater than Taunton. That's what I love to hear, Charlie. I made a bet on Ipswich to score a goal. Never bet on Ipswich to score a goal. What are you doing? My office would tell you never bet anything positive on Ipswich. You can't do that. Who did Solihull got? Solihull got Hartlepool. I remember. Where is Eastleigh? Where is Eastleigh? I don't know where Eastleigh is. I mean, I was already stretching my geography knowledge on somehow having an educated idea where Barnet is. If you're asking me where Eastleigh is, I'm not going to have a Scooby-Doo. John Jules and Burns. Someone run, come on! Chance! Oh, it's left the post! Burns, open goal and he scores! Goal for Ipswich. Oh my goodness me. I don't know how they nearly squandered that. A lack of communication at the back, and Ipswich have capitalised big time. Wow. And this was after I said I don't see Ipswich scoring a goal. I am really and do you know what? I'm a little bit upset that they scored now, because now it's going to mean that I'm most definitely banned from going to Portman Road. Now I can see for my own eyes that they can score a goal at home. Bit fortunate the way they got that goal. Wes Burns with the goal. I think Curtis Davis may have made a mistake. So what happened here? So John Jules does very well here. And just all of a sudden it turns into a 3 versus 1. I can't believe they nearly mucked that up, to be honest. So Davis just goes way too advanced. It's really good pressing by Burns. Davis just gets it all wrong. Caden Jackson misses from like 2 yards out, but then Wes Burns finishes it off. Caden Jackson initially hits the post, But the rebound falls very kindly to Wes Burns to smash it home to make it 1-0 to Ipswich. You know what, Charlie? I'm going to do it. That tastes like promotion. One of my favourite shorts or meme to this day, to be honest. Solihull got Hartlepool. They did. How many subs says Seb? Good question. Actually, I've not checked. This is probably the most I've ever celebrated an Ipswich goal on camera, but I've got a bit of a soft spot for them now. Well, 1,520, so no... Oh, a bit of like a collision there with Wharton there. Now, Wharton will be taking his time now with the ball here. So 1,520. Our target was 1,525. We've gained a good couple of subs today. We gained 8 subs today. So guys, thank you so much for that. I don't know where that injury came from at all from Wharton. I think it's just time wasting, to be honest. That song, is it EIO up the Football League we go? I mean, I hear that every game. Paul Warren's not happy, and I think that might be down to the time wasting. Where's Gatsby? He was here. If you scroll back to the right part of the stream, you would have seen me showing him. Betting Ipswich to score, and you said never jinx it. Well, there we go. The guy that made a bet to make Ipswich score, well, he's got that bet now. York are away to Aldershot tomorrow. Oh, that'll be interesting. Well, they lost to Chelmsford. They're the one team that gave Chelmsford their free FA Cup round proper. So we'll see if Aldershot can recover. Right, looks like my brother's back. West Ham versus Bournemouth stream start on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to stream on Monday, to be honest. I always get really tired on a Monday from going to work. I think streaming on a Saturday in itself is going to be quite intense for me anyway. I mean, for a start, I need to really catch up on the Prediction League. That's what I'm going to be doing most of tonight, trying to catch up on the Prediction League. And I need to start studying as well, since I've got my exam date confirmed as well. So, there's so many things I've got to do. But, I don't know. I don't know if it's procrastination, but I've just been... Oh, right, yep. I was going to say, that's definitely a foul. 70th minute has been hit. It's 1-0 Ipswich. Now that they've scored, let's actually see the table. So that's the subs, by the way. But if we're going to the League One table, now 1 goal for Ipswich puts them on. They've not updated it, so let's actually update this. So yeah, that'll put them on 33 points, 1 point behind Plymouth, and Derby will be on 20 points, sticking into 9th place. And it means that Charlton, Exeter and Bristol Rovers even could overtake Derby with a very good result for this weekend. Good to see that Bristol Rovers are now starting to recover now. They did look... oh, Jackson again. Jackson could have a good chance. Oh, side netting. He wants handball, but it's not been given. But, oh my gosh, again. Ipswich again going close. Right, let's look at this again. Long free kick going in, and lo and behold, when Ipswich go direct, they don't look half bad going forward either. I think just sometimes you need to switch it up from high possession play to direct football. And I think when you've got that versatility, you will be able to cut teams apart. Well, Charlie, I was going to say that's only half right, but that's actually none of it right. I'm no longer a part-time worker. I'm a full-time worker, and definitely not at Tottenham Hotspur. So, Tyrese John Jules is going off. I did call him to go off because in the second half, he's basically been a ghost. He's not really made too much threat. He did have a good pass to lead up to the goal, but other than that, been really, really poor. But Freddie Ladapo, former Chelmsford City player and former apprentice to Paul Warne, is now playing against him for Ipswich here. That will make things very interesting as well. Get my family to calculate the Prediction League? I don't know if I will, to be honest. I mean, they want rent for me at the moment as well, so don't really want to get the wrong side of them there. Up the Argyle, all because of Cosgrove there. Cosgrove has had a great season, to be fair. Best goal scoring form I've seen in England, at least. We love the League One streams. Thank you so much, Ben. I really wanted to stream Ipswich, because I was going to be there. I was going to be there at Portman Road. My management team ultimately refused for me to go, so I took the decision not to go, worked from home today, and I'm going to watch the game for my own comfort. And because I'm not there, look what happens. Ipswich score. Bit of luck, you got to be honest, but it happens. I do think performances from Ipswich need to improve still if they want to be a promotion winning team. But we were speaking about this with Arsenal at half time. They're not necessarily now playing like a team that they were at the start of the season, but they're still picking up wins. And that is very, very important. I didn't actually see who Conor Hourihane replaced, actually. I only just realised that he was substituted on, but who did he replace? Because I think I predicted it was going to be Louis Sibley. It was Sula. Okay, that's strange. Okay, so Hourihane kind of playing up front. I mean, that's what I was going to say, but I think Hourihane's too deep to play in that role. But Osula has gone off for Hourihane, really. I mean, Derby have apparently only had one touch in Ipswich's box in that second half, which just tells you that Derby have just barely troubled Walton at all, and that's what they'll be disappointed with. Based on what I've seen, let's actually go through the table. I think that's going to be a good time to reflect who I think will be really good this year. Plymouth, I think, will stay up there. They may go for a small drop-off as there's a particular Patreon of Ben HD who's just not confident with Plymouth at all. Ipswich, I think likewise with Plymouth, both Plymouth and Ipswich tend to start well, but then drop off. So it's strange to see both of them being in the top two. But I have a feeling that both will be at least top six. I think Sheffield Wednesday will get either first or second, to be honest. Peterborough, I think, will be in the top six. I actually think Portsmouth will not be in the top six at the end of the season. I think they will fall short. Derby, I think, will be close. But I think in terms of the other place, I'm either looking at Bolton. I actually think they may overtake Barnsley for that. But I also say Charlton is an outside chance of getting as well. Not sure about Shrewsbury, to be honest. I think they could fall short. But I definitely think, and Wickham can make a late surge, but really, I feel like that top 10, I think, will be the people that I can expect to compete in this top 6 race at this moment of time. But I feel like the only one I'm quite confident who will go up in top 2 will be Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Lee Evans is off, and I didn't actually manage to catch who they got on. It's Dominic Ball who goes on. So definitely midfielder off with a defender on. Definitely McKenna trying to be a little bit more defensive in the final 50 minutes. And why wouldn't you be? This will be a really big win for Ipswich's season. Had to go, just went out with my girlfriend to have an Indian. Well, fair enough, Jake. Good on you. What's the early kickoff tomorrow for the Prem and Championship, if there's any? Yep, so Nottingham Forest and Liverpool for the Prem, and Blackpool Preston. I don't think Blackpool and Preston's on Sky, but I will double check. They were promoting their coverage of Swansea Cardiff, but I don't know if they are going to be showing Blackpool Preston tomorrow. But I will check now, actually, because I am now intrigued. No, because it's the Men's T20 World Cup. So that's taking most of the coverage of main event. Oh no, so Hearts and Celtic are taking the early game. Right, so yeah. No streams, no early streams at least. So my stream tomorrow will have to be from the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Which actually, I've got to actually tell you my reaction to the EFL blackout news as well. There's another developing story that's happened this week. But yeah, I will be doing that. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I say tomorrow. It's Sunday. There's options for me to stream, for the Championship, Swansea, Cardiff. The Premier League, we've got a lot of games that they could stream to. Just trying to think of the one that might stand out. All right, that's some good play by Bird and Meneslang there. Meneslang with a great ball. Defended away by Edmondson there. Leif Davis just loses out completely. Leif Davis having an awful game. Cross goes in. Walton punches the ball away, and that's like the first real thing he's had to do today. I think Leif Davis has really struggled today. That's the worst I've seen him, actually, in all of my time seeing Ipswich this season. Ball to Morsey. Oh, just a... that's disappointing. Ladapo's not quite quick enough to get that there. How did I do my predictions recently? Well, I don't know, Charlie, because I've not calculated them, to be honest. I know for my Prem predictions, I've not been great. So, which is not a surprise anymore. Do I see another goal in this match? I don't know, to be honest. It does have a feeling that maybe Ipswich can hold on to this. But I don't want to say that and obviously jinx it, because obviously whenever Ipswich don't get a good result, they'll find a way to blame me now. But I will look into it. There's been only like 1 or 2 people that have tried to change their results during the matches, which is just against the rules. But I have been able to stay on top of saving the predictions just before the kickoffs. And I will be doing the calculations for both Premier League and Championship after this game. It could take me to midnight to do all of that. So, yeah. You know, basically, there's no chance for me to have an early night's sleep anymore. Derby having a bit more of the ball, but Ipswich do well to win it back. Dominic Ball doing very well. Ladapo, I'm surprised a free kick wasn't given there, to be honest. Long ball kicked away. And it's a throw-in for Derby, and it's exactly where Ipswich are going to want it as well in their half. Right, Derby looking like they're making a double substitution now, as Paul Warren's going to roll the final roll of the dice to see if he can snatch something in this game. So Corey Smith is going off, and Liam Thompson, is going on. But I think the other substitute is Craig Forsyth. And who would he be replacing? Maybe Mendes Lang? Who would he be replacing? No, not Mendes Lang at all. It's actually going to be Tom Barkusen. Another wide player, but I would have expected a defender to be replaced, to be honest. But there you go. So, in terms of substitutions, how many subs have both managers made? So, Derby, that's 4 substitutions they've made now. And Ipswich have made 2. So, yeah, McKenna's still got 3 options for substitutions to potentially use. This win for Ipswich currently puts them in 2nd place, 1 point behind Plymouth, where they have got a weekend game against, drum roll, Bristol Rovers, who are doing quite well at the moment, actually. And Sheffield Wednesday got an away game against... Oh, right, I was going to say that was a good chance, but cross goes in, and I think it was awarded for offside against Sibley. But yeah, Lincoln, who beat Ipswich, I've got Sheffield Wednesday next. So we'll see if Lincoln can do Ipswich a favour and beat Sheffield Wednesday. Can you live stream while you're doing your prediction calculations? Yeah, but I can't. I can multitask, but then there's extreme multitasking, and that would take extreme multitasking. So I don't know. I'll just have to work late. You know, at this point, you know, I've already asked Paul again to see if he can help, but he's got a job actually very recently, so I don't think he's going to have to work with me. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't blame him. I'm not even earning a dime of this at the moment, so why wouldn't he? You know, if he was working for me, I would give most of my earnings to him. Right. Oh, I got to say, Hannon did well to win the ball back, but good recovery there. Leif Davis with the ball, and it's defended. Ladapo with a chance maybe, but Derby just completely defending it. And it's a corner to Ipswich. So what happened here? Oh, it's just a poor pass entirely. But it was a good recovery tackle by Curtis Davis. I've got to say, Curtis Davis has done really, really well. Then you've got Leif Davis, who struggles initially to get past Chester. But it was Chester who originally made that poor pass and nearly causing Ipswich to score a second. Chester can't afford to do these sorts of mistakes again. 82nd minute, Ipswich have got another corner. Corner delivered. Burns, what a save by Wildsmith. Oh, and it was a penalty. It's not going to be given. And they want a penalty being given. Right. He's pointing to the spot, I think. I think he's pointing to the spot. I think Ipswich have got a penalty. I think he's telling the players to calm down. I think he's going to talk to the fourth official on this. But I think it's a penalty to Ipswich. And that could be the chance for it to be game, set and match. I need to see it again, to be honest, because it was such a quick incident. But yeah, at this moment, I mean, there's going to be no VAR in a way, which I think is good. Jack saying offside. Was it awarded offside then? Wait, so he originally gave the penalty. No, I think it's been given. No, the cameras are on Caden Jackson. So yeah, no, penalty. It is penalty to Ipswich. It's still been awarded. The fourth official pretty much confirming that he thinks it's a penalty, and that's what the referee sided with. Caden Jackson against Wildsmith. For 2, it's a save. It's a poor penalty by Caden Jackson. And it's a save by the goalkeeper. I think Caden Jackson also potentially missed the penalty for Ipswich quite recently. I can't remember what game it was when they played in EFL Trophy. I can't remember what it was. But that's poor. That could be a really big moment. And what an opportunity squandered. I mean, I think Wildsmith is clearly off his line. But either way, that is a really awful penalty by Jackson. No height, no power. And it's a really good save by Wildsmith. I mean, it's poor officiating because he was clearly off his line. But the penalty is poor in itself. Jackson again. Davis. And another corner to Ipswich. Ipswich, I've got to say, have responded really well to actually going ahead. They're now peppering Derby, with some chances. Davis has gone down, though. And that would be more added time being added. No one is spiritually confused by this. What do you mean, Mango? Are you talking about a penalty decision in itself? I mean, this is the moment. So as McGoldrick, who conceded a penalty on Wes Burns. Let's see this again. Yeah, pen. Because McGoldrick doesn't get the ball. Clear contact on Burns. It's not big, but because he doesn't get the ball and it's contact, it's a pen. But it's a really poor penalty by Jackson. Wildsmith is off his line though, so technically it should have been retaken. But I mean, very little contact, but it would be a very soft penalty. But it results in Wildsmith saving it. Is it going to be Curtis Davis going off the pitch? It looks like he's got a hamstring problem here. That could mean longer stoppage time for the 90 minutes being hit. And Paul Warren's only got one substitution left as well. So you can't really afford having too many players going off injured. Corner goes in, headed away. Mendes Lang against Leif Davis. And finds no one. Donasian passes it to Christian Walton. Long goal kick there. Here is, okay, Davis and Caden Jackson kind of clashing into each other. Ranjay says he sees Derby scoring late. Who do you support, Ranjani, by the way? I'd be interested to know, because we've seen a couple of Ipswich fans here. I don't think I've seen many Derby fans. I mean, I remember seeing a couple of Derby fans when they were in the Championship, at least. Now, this could be a good opening here for Wes Burns. Oh, but brilliant tackle again by Cashin. He's been a star player, honestly. Okay. McGoldrick just wide of the post. That's pretty much been their first clear-cut chance, derby, since the second half has started. I mean, yeah, it's very simple. I don't think Walton even got contact to it, but it's not the most powerful strikes, and I don't even think Walton gets any contact. But is it a corner? I don't even think Walton touches it, but it is a corner to Derby, apparently. I don't think it's a corner, but we'll see what happens there. Mendes line with the ball. Oh my god, that was a really good ball. But it's not found in the right area to the right player. Burns. Mendes Lang again. He wants Conor Hurahan. And Derby's won a free kick in a really good area. You bought a Chelsea scarf? Nice. And Johnny says Rooney affair. Although taking a free kick short and it's gone to waste. It's really gone to waste. Now that's a really big opportunity missed by Derby there. I'm very gutted for them that they didn't really even go for goal. It was a good area to go for goal there. Tomorrow we're going to see how good Graham Potter is. Yeah, I mean that'll be a really good test for Graham Potter. That's why I'm a bit nervous for this game, to be honest. Because there's been some good parts. I think AC Milan was a really good one. The Stamford Bridge one, at least. But playing against Manchester United, where they're improving, who knows? Header. And it's just kind of pinballing now. 89th minute. Still 1-0 Ipswich. Will we get a late Derby equaliser? That is our question. The goal came in pretty fortunate circumstances. A rare mistake. In the Derby back line, who've looked pretty solid, apart from that one moment there. And Derby would be lucky to not be further behind since Caden Jackson missed from the penalty spot. A poor penalty, but controversial itself. Arguably a soft penalty. And Waldsmith being off his line when he made the save. Derby, however, have not even forced a save out of Walton in this whole game. And we're literally just about to reach the 90th minute now. Matt, welcome back, says let's make it to 40. Guys, 40 likes is our target. So, guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, guys, 7 minutes of added time. Oh, my God, I said there'll be a lot, but 7 minutes is what we've got. We're 1 like away from 40 likes. So, guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, please smash that like button. It takes 2 seconds to do, and it really helps the growth of this channel. In terms of subscribers, guys, we're on 1,520. Our target was 1,525. Maybe it was a bit too ambitious there. But if we can even make a little bit of progress towards that, that would be amazing. Through ball for Derby, but well collected by Walton. And I'm sure he'll be taking his time. We've hit 40. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, thank you guys so much. And I'm a bit gutted. Literally, I've got this much of my beer left. And I've only got 7 minutes left to enjoy it. Matt, I might give you a message at one point so we can talk about a collab, but honestly, I'm in no rush, and I assume you're in no rush either, so it'll be interesting if we can get something sorted. I'm always available. At least I try to be these days. Where's the yogurt? Well, I'm not going to have it now because Gatsby's not here. The whole point of the yogurt was so you guys I can prove my point to you guys that he would eat any flavour yogurt, but he's not here now, so not today, but next time I stream, I'll store one, and if he's here, then you can see from your own eyes. Boxing match. Wait, so that's supposed to be our meetup then. I thought it was a mukbang in a curry house, but now it's a boxing ring. At this moment of time, I would have no stamina to survive 2 rounds. So I see this as being an easy victory for Matt. You're calling me lightweight, Jack? How? You calling me a lightweight? Have you seen my stature? Not a chance. Look, Blue Terrier, you need to be on the other side of the ring. I think you need to go against Matt, to be honest. You know, the battle of the two supporters in the bottom two places in the championship as it stands. Yeah, download One Football. Honestly, I actually had One Football ever since Ben HD was sponsored by it, actually, and it's actually come really handy, to be honest. That's one of the many sponsors that Ben HD has had that I've actually kept supporting. So 2 minutes of the 7 minutes has gone up. 5 minutes left. So to just give a bit more detail about how Ipswich scored their first goal, it was really good pressing by Wes Burns, where I never see that. I've never seen Wes Burns play as well as this. You know, all the times I've seen him play when I've been in the stadium, he's been average at best. Oh, could have been a pass back there by Forsyth, but not quite. Got a bit lucky there. I said, man, a contract? Well, I'll ask him myself. We'll see if there's a legal physical contract there. Derby having a bit of the ball. Sibley. Oh, this could be a chance for Derby. No, it's gone out, and it's going to be a goal kick. Don't know. I think Ranjani was thinking that cross was going to be a goal. I reckon Coventry and Chelsea are losing tomorrow. Well, I hope not. I really hope not. Looks like Richard Keogh might go on. He'll be a good experienced player to go on. A good bit of substitution time wasting there for Kieran McKenna. Christian Walton taking his sweet time. It's refreshing seeing Ipswich now time wasting. Because all the other games I've just seen, you know, I saw Brad Collins for Barnsley time wasting. I've forgotten the name of the Lincoln goalkeeper, but he time wasted a hell of a lot. And then, oh my gosh, yeah, Colchester's one took the biscuit when it came to time wasting. Sheamadou, the fullback, was defending from a throw-in in the 50th minute. So it's refreshing not seeing as much time wasting. Although this could be a chance for Derby. Cross goes in. No one there to receive it. And that's really, you know, Ipswich had that problem in the first half, and now Derby are having that problem now. Hurahan does well to receive it. Referee's not giving a foul against Derby there. They'll feel a bit injustice for that. 5 minutes played. Right, so 2 minutes of the added time left. Still it's Ipswich 1, Derby 0. What that's going to mean for the table currently is that it will look... Alright, no chances there. That's fine. It will look like this. So, Ipswich will be on 33 points, 1 point behind Plymouth. Derby will stay 9th place, having played a game more than most of the teams in that area. You can see if the attack momentum, it's been mainly Ipswich with a chances, and Derby just having very small spells of it. 16 shots to 3. It's looked pretty one-sided. Still, conversion needs work. 3 shots on target to 16 is very poor. That's 1 shot on target in every 5 attempts. But it's still what looks like... I'm not saying it yet. It still looks like that it will be a victory. So 1 minute left. Richard Keogh is going on the pitch now. And I think that's Ipswich's final substitution. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, in fact, it's only their third, to be honest. They've not made many subs at all. Donasian has gone off the pitch and Richard Keogh is taking his place. 40 seconds. I need to say 40 minutes. 40 seconds left of the added time. I haven't done a poll. Oh, right. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world if I don't do a poll. In a way, when I do the poll, I never really see the live chat. So, in a way, it's kind of a hindrance. I'm going to try and finish this before the full game, basically. Free kick to Derby. This might be the final attempt they've got. There we go. looks like a yellow card was being awarded. I don't know who to. Oh, it's cleared just about. It's a throw into Derby. There's some whistling going on in the crowd saying it's full time. They really do. Mendes Lang on the throw-in. 27 seconds. He throws it behind. Referee still playing on, and the crowd are going absolutely crazy. I can hear the volumes wanting to play full time. Ipswich on the counter attack. Free kick Ipswich, and that's got to be game over now. Forsyth looking like he's fouled Ladapo. Surely that is a standard safe win now for Ipswich Town. It looks like it was Wolverton that was booked. I don't know why. Maybe it was for dissent, maybe. Or a foul. I didn't remember Wolverton making a really big foul, to be honest. Right, so free kick Ipswich, and I think that will be the final kick of the game. We're on 98 minutes, so the referee's definitely making it play out. Goal kick has been taken, and that is it. What a result for Ipswich Town. A win at Portman Road. Finally, I've watched Ipswich win at Portman Road. It's just a shame but I wasn't there to see it in real life. It is such a shame, but it means that I'm definitely not going to be allowed to go to an Ipswich game ever again, so forget me making any videos of me going to Portman Road again, guys, unfortunately there. But it has ended Ipswich 1, Derby 0. It's not been a convincing performance again. I think if I ask people in office, I think they'll say they felt quite lucky again, because only 3 shots on target is still not great. But it's a win. And, you know, even if they're not performing at their best at the moment and they're still figuring some things out, the least of what Ipswich can do is get maximum points. And that is exactly what they've done. So fair play to Ipswich there. They've managed to hold on for that win. That puts them in second place of the table. Oh, it looks like Ben... Oh, that's a video. I forgot I've got like a notification on that. You guys can't see that. Anyway, so Ipswich are second place in the table. 33 points, 1 point behind Plymouth. If they lose to Lincoln tomorrow, then Ipswich could potentially be back on to try and close the gap there. There they go. They've now updated it. Derby down to 9th. I mean, they were 9th place, but they're staying in 9th now. And there's a real chance that Charlton, Exeter, Bristol Rovers can even overtake Derby still. So, this will make things interesting. So, the games taking place in League One tomorrow are Lincoln, Sheffield Wednesday, Forest Green, Portsmouth, Oxford, Peterborough, Bristol Rovers, Plymouth, Morecambe, Barnsley, MK Dons, Wickham, Exeter, Fleetwood, Accrington, Stanley, Bolton, Shrewsbury, Charlton, Cambridge, Port Vale, Burton, Cheltenham, and that is it, I think. And then that's a midweek game, Derby, Exeter. So yeah, that's Tuesday. Yeah, so we have midweek League One games, and Ipswich are away to Port Vale, so not going to be able to go to that. And their next home game, Ipswich, is against. But then they've got 2 away games in a row, so then they've got Port Vale and Charlton. I could make an effort to go to Charlton, but not going to. Then, okay, so their next one is against Cheltenham. Right, okay. Just don't think I'm going to go to that. It's going to be another Lincoln City situation if I go to it. Just to check on the National League, it has ended Notts County 3, Maidstone 0. And Notts County even missed a penalty as well, so it could have even been worse. 4 points clear from Wrexham, so literally the most ideal result they could have got from that. Ipswich keeping a clean sheet and winning, same with Notts County. Because I do predominantly championship stuff, I'll show you what we've got tomorrow. Early games, we've got Blackpool and Preston, a Lancashire derby between the 2 teams. Then for 3 o'clock, you've got Sheffield United and Norwich, which I'll be keeping a close eye on. You've got Sunderland, Burnley, Mill, West Brom, QPR, Wigan, Rotherham, Hull, Blackburn, Birmingham, Middlesbrough, Huddersfield, Stoke Coventry, Reading, Bristol City, Watford, Luton, which will be played tomorrow, and same with Swansea and Cardiff. Also, another midweek game. Okay, so I thought the midweek games were next week, but it turns out it's actually straight after this one. Although, actually, no, now that I think about it, hang on a minute, I'm going ahead of myself. Those are only 2 games in midweek, and they were both postponed. So, Coventry-Rotherham was postponed due to the CBS, and Burnley-Norwich was supposed to be the live game week on when Queen Elizabeth died. So, they're slowly but surely starting to catch up with the games in hand. Then you've got another weekend of championship games. And there's the midweek week I was talking about, the 1st of November. I remember it now. Then you go to the 5th and the next weekend. Then you get to the 12th. And I think after the 12th, yep. So after the 12th and the 13th, so the final game in the championship before the World Cup is Burnley-Blackburn. What a game to end this first part of the season. So that is what we've got coming out for this channel. So for my stream tomorrow, I'll be covering the 3 p.m. kickoffs for the Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2. And we'll be covering them as they go on. I'll have about 2 more minutes just so I can talk to you guys and read some comments. Jack's saying I'm a lightweight. What makes you say that? Coventry City are unbeaten against Stoke. I think I just read that now. There. Cristiano Ronaldo, Sui. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for the support. That's liking, subscribing, and even donating as well. So Charlie and Coniston, you guys get a very special shout out since you guys were able to donate to me as well. I've definitely been contributing quite a bit to Matt's channel, just making sure he gets to that threshold. But yeah, I always have the impression of every little helps, really. So we've ended today on 1,520 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Can you guys even push that even more? Let's see. In terms of likes, we've made it to 41 likes. So thank you guys so much today. It's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it today, to be honest. It's made me feel so much better knowing that I could have been there in the cold Suffolk area watching Ipswich get 3 points against Derby, but it wasn't meant to be. We've ended on 1,520, 8 subs and some donations as well. All in all, I'm very positive about that. So thank you guys so much. And I think that will wrap it up then. Unless I see more comments that interest me, I will end it here. So guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you've not liked the stream, please smash that like button. It really does help the growth of this channel when you do that. Please do hit that subscribe button if you've not done so. It does really help the growth of this channel. And please also share this channel too. That helps too. Now, wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary. It's on the end of this video. As always, I'll see you guys tomorrow with the 3 p.m. watch along for the 3 p.m. kickoffs. I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone. See you guys soon.